2018 is going to be one of the most legendary years for theme parks and roller coaster enthusiasts around the world. There are going to be many insane elite rides added across the world. And what do I think are the best? Find out now. Let's start off with a couple honorable mentions. First, we have Valkyria at Leesburg, Twisted Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia, and Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City. And all three of these coasters look great. I think all of these could have easily swapped out for the number 9 or 10 spot, but I just don't think they're quite intense enough to make it on this list, in my opinion. All of them are great, but just in terms of the best coasters, I don't think these quite make it on. But I had to shout them out since they're so notable. At the number 10 spot, we have Fly at Phantasialand. This is going to be the first launched flying coaster, Bakoma's first second-tier flying coaster, and this is going to be the world's longest flying coaster, beating out Flying Dinosaurs at Universal Studios. Flying Dinosaur, my bad. And this is going to be one insane ride. We're not exactly entirely sure that it's opening in 2018, but a lot of signs are pointing towards it being open. But this coaster seriously looks insane. It's going to be very intense, very long. Everything about this coaster is probably going to be amazing. At the number 9 spot, we have Ikon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And this is probably going to be the best coaster at the park. Just look at this thing. Launches, airtime, everything about this coaster is amazing. The Mac restraints, the smoothness of Mac. This coaster just looks absolutely brilliant. Now, one thing I will say is that it's not very intense, but I think that's just Mac in general. You'll hear a little bit more about Mac's intensity coming up later. But overall, this coaster just looks absolutely brilliant. 2 thumbs up from me for this edition. At the number 8 spot, we have Secret Weapon 8 at Alton Towers, and oh my gosh, this is going to be one of the best GCIs in the world. It's only 70-ish feet tall, which isn't that tall at all. But man, these bank turns are very low to the ground, and these transitions look insane. And this is just going to be one great GCI roller coaster. Not as much airtime, but there are going to be a few moments of it. We haven't even seen a POV yet. We haven't even seen the confirmed layout. But from pictures of the layout, we can kind of tell how this is going to go. I love wooden coasters that are close to the ground. They always provide a great deal of intensity, and I think this is no exception. At the number 7 spot, we have the Chengdu Intamin Accelerator, and this is rumored to be very similar to Superman Escape at Dreamworld in Australia. And if this is the case, then this is going to be a top 10 for 2018 roller coaster. Because, I mean, Superman has an awesome top hat, which gives some great ejector airtime. The launch is cool, and then just all the elements afterward are amazing. It is very intense, and many people refer Superman to being the best Intamin Accelerator. Will it beat out Superman? Probably not, because it's probably not going to include the theming. But let's say it were, I think this could probably be the best Intamin Accelerator in the world. At the number 6, we have a Flash clone coming to China. So let's talk about Flash for a moment. It's not the most intense roller coaster in the world per se, but it has some awesome airtime and awesome drop. A loop, a very good vertical loop. And just the second half with just all this twistiness and airtime just looks amazing. I think this is one of Mac's greatest roller coasters, and it's going to be a great addition. I think in terms of 2018 roller coasters, this has got to be one of the best. Despite whether you think these clones are overrated or not, you still have to admit these are some awesome rides. That's why Flash Clone is coming at the number 6 spot. At the number 5 spot, we have a coaster that I've not heard a single person talk about. It is the Fanta Wild wooden roller coaster coming to China. So this is going to be either a clone or a very similar version of Chengdu Trailblazer. I'm not sure which one exactly, but it's unfortunately one of the Jungle Trailblazers without an inversion. But that's okay, though, because these still look great. Inversion or not, Jungle Trailblazer, looks like very possibly a top 10 wooden roller coaster in the world. They provide a great deal of intensity, lots of ejector airtime, and overall they look like insane rides. and I think this is going to be no exception. Lots of great airtime and low-to-the-ground bank turns, as we've talked about earlier. Anyways, let's move on. At the number 4 spot, we have Bakoma Firestorm being added to a park in China. And man, am I a big fan of this roller coaster. This reminds me a lot of the Vekoma Bermuda Blitz. But this is the Firestorm model. I'm pretty sure these are going to end up being cloned. I'm not sure if there's one out there already or not. I can't quite remember. But I'm pretty sure these are going to be cloned for the future. Maybe one in the US. I wouldn't mind seeing one, actually. That'd be pretty cool. But my goodness, this thing looks absolutely insane. The amount of ejector airtime and twistiness and just insane whip that you're going to get from these elements just looks ridiculous. And the intensity is there. And pretty solid launch. The top hat element looks really cool. Everything about this coaster I'm just a big fan of. And everything that Vekoma has been doing within the recent years, I'm just a huge fan of. Now, let's move on to the number 3 spot. At the number 3 spot, we have Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. And this coaster looks insane. 20 moments of airtime. Just imagine that. Yeah, that is pretty insane right there. Lots of airtime hills. That is one thing I will say. Lots of just meat and potatoes airtime hills. Nothing too special. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just lots of RMC solid airtime. It's not going to run through a bunch of different elements. Not a bunch of insane elements, which is kind of a downside, I guess, because I was really hoping this would be like a wicked cyclone, just seeing all these crazy like double downs and like these strange bank turns and stalls, 200-degree stalls and all this stuff. But we did get kind of a basic layout, but I think this coaster is definitely going to deliver. Speaking of coasters that deliver, at the number 2 spot, we have Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. This may or may not surprise some of you, but here's the main reason it is not coming at the number 1. The pacing might be an issue here. This mid-course brake run kind of kills the ride for me. A lot of coasters mid-course brake runs. Yeah, that mid-course brake run kind of sucks. But other than that, still 27 seconds of airtime. That is unheard of. A coaster hasn't broken Voyage's record in over 12 years, and we're finally seeing something break that airtime record once again. And overall, Steel Vengeance is going to be one insane roller coaster, one of the best in the world. Maybe even the best, you never know. But what do I think will be the best new for 2018 roller coaster? How about Hyperion at Energylandia? My gosh, this looks like a top 3 steel roller coaster. Yeah, you heard it right here, guys. This thing looks absolutely fantastic. I cannot put it into words how good this coaster looks. If you guys haven't seen my my Hyperion analysis video, please go check that out. I go further in depth, but this looks like it takes an element from every good Intamin roller coaster and just puts it into one. It's like the all-star game of Intamin roller coasters. This thing just looks fantastic. It has stangle dives, ejector airtime hills, small ejector airtime hills, speed hills, a dive loop, an insane drop, overbank turns, floater airtime, everything you would want in a roller coaster. I think this has it, except an inversion, which is unfortunate, but so you guys get the idea. This coaster just looks absolutely insane, and I think this is going to be one of the best roller coasters in the world. Let me know what you guys think about my list. Please post in the comments what you think. Please post in the comments what you think are some of the best rides for 2018. Let me know if your home park is getting anything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.